Hi, this is Ira Winkler with today's edition of the Irari Report Security ADD edition. Ari is not here today. Ari happens to be in Seattle. I'm in Vienna, Austria. So again, travel-wise, I win. That being said, today's edition is a review of the movie Spectre. Spectre, James Bond movie. Again, I have the reputation for being a modern-day James Bond, which sounds really cool, except for the fact I think James Bond really sucks as a spy. Spectre continues James Bond sucking as a spy. Just to give you an idea on why James Bond would suck as a spy, the beginning of the movie begins with James Bond in Mexico City in the Festival of the Dead, where everybody's out wearing masks. So James Bond, wearing a mask, finds a beautiful woman who is beautiful despite wearing a mask, brings her back to his hotel room. He goes ahead, takes off his mask, and then puts his gun on, says, "I'll be back to have sex with you later." And he then goes running out without his mask, where in a city where everybody is already wearing masks, just so he can be recognized when he goes out to try to kill somebody. Again, James Bond at his iconic best. So that'll give you an idea of the rest of the movie. For lack of a better term, it's a James Bond movie. If you like James Bond, you're going to go see this movie. So it doesn't matter what I'm going to tell you in general about the movie. About the movie, I would say it's called Spectre. It's called Spectre because, of course, James Bond is trying to go ahead and combat a rogue agency, rogue intelligence agency called Spectre. Does that sound a little bit familiar to you? For example, have you seen Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, where Tom Cruise has to go out and fight the quote-unquote syndicate? Might as well be called Spectre. Likewise, Captain America. Captain America has to go out and fight Hydra. Again, the enemy from within. Which isn't really a bad way of giving you the security lesson out of this. Specifically, if you want the security lessons, people ask about the technology. It's not a very heavy technology movie. James Bond gets a car, which of course doesn't work because he stole the prototype of the car that wasn't properly equipped before it was ready to be delivered. And it wasn't ready to be delivered. So again, James Bond at his best. However, that being said, the technology in use, there's pretty much the only concern you have to worry about are privacy implications or the implied privacy implications. James Bond gets himself inoculated with nanobots or whatever they were called. So, of course, they can find James Bond anywhere on the planet, which becomes an obvious issue for him. So, again, the privacy issues, if you want to take a privacy lesson from the James Bond Spectre movie, don't go out and inoculate yourself with nanobots because you will be tracked anywhere on the planet, despite the fact, even if that is true, that there are such nanobots, they're not going to be able to track you anywhere on the planet at will. But again, that's the movie. The other implication, though, is it's more of a privacy thing and probably a little bit NSA-ish, where they're concerned about intelligence agencies sharing data so you could go ahead and see everything going on everywhere, including inside intelligence agencies and stuff like that. Not a very realistic scenario. But again, they want to give you the impression that if intelligence agencies have their way, or more importantly, people who run intelligence agencies and want to see everything from everyone at every point in time, including other intelligence agents, yes, be afraid of technology, being afraid of intelligence agencies banding together to share all their information and put each other on each other's networks. And I could tell you, let me just ask you a question. Do you think the United States is going to freely and openly share all their data with Canada? Or not just Canada, I'm sorry, South Africa. No, I don't think so. But that's the implication. They're trying to make you afraid of intelligence agencies sharing information. So, much like nanobots, much like intelligence agencies sharing all information, again, pure fiction for a James Bond movie. So, again, as far as the movie goes, Movie, so James Bond movie. Nothing to go run out for and buy tickets like Star Wars, which again, might or might not suck, but we shall see. Odds are Star Wars will be pretty good. Although I will tell you the best part of the movie. The best part of the movie was the coming attractions for the new Seth Rogen movie. And what made that so good from a security perspective was, you know how they say, from brought to you by the producers who brought you blah, blah, blah. Well, for the new Seth Rogen movie, it started out brought to you from the producers who brought you This Is the End, which was an awesome movie. Then it said the best part, though, was brought to you from the producers who almost brought you the movie, The Interview. That was an awesome line and the funniest part of the whole James Bond movie that day. So with that in mind, other lessons to be learned from James Bond, by the way, if you're going to kill somebody, make sure you put a bullet in their head. Just because they get thrown through a windshield, it doesn't mean they're dead, and James Bond should know that. Again, just another sign of James Bond sucking as a movie, and that's one of the things you have to overlook to theoretically enjoy this movie. So if you can overlook that, again, go pay full price and go out and see it now. If you can overlook it, wait till the DVD comes out or you stream it through some service or whatever else. It's worth seeing at some point in time, especially on a free airplane flight movie type of thing. So with that in mind, that's your movie review for the day. So again, this is Ira. Ari is again theoretically here in spirit and says, well, knowing what Ari would say, thank you again for watching Security ADD, brought to you by the letters A, D, and D. Thanks, and we'll see you soon. Bye.